Welcome one and all back to the Palace of YouTube, Retro TV Reviews, or Frank's Retro TV as I still want it to be, as my intro and outro animation says, but still not allowing me to change the channel name. That as it may be, we are officially back. As you could tell from the promo the other day, we've got a brand new box of tricks, making this video far more exciting and interesting, and all the ones going forward. Today we're doing first classic movie review. Not just telly, not just comedy, dramas, all the rest of it. First classic movie. Well, the first movie on the set is definitely a classic. The second movie on the set, bit of a dud. It's the first movie sequel, which in my opinion should never have been made. And if I'd have had the choice, I'd have done as I did for the VHS release and just gone and got the first movie. But as it is, we had both of them together on the same set, and I thought it was value for money at the time, so we went with it. But we'll talk through the whole set and all the pros and cons, and believe me, when it comes to the second one, there's plenty of cons, but we'll talk through it all. The set is the original Grease, the classic, and Grease 2. So sit back, pull up a chair, crack open a cold one. It's easier for me to say than you're drunk. And let's get into the review. So as you saw from the thumbnail, this is the cover of said set. Olivia Neutron John, or Neutron Bomb as we all call her, John Travolta there in the classic T-bird leathers, top half of the cover, and then the second half for Grease 2. Yes, very young Michelle Pfeiffer. In fact, it's her very first movie, and with her is Maxwell Caulfield. He plays the brainiac in the movie. He's trying to impress Michelle. Doesn't quite go to plan in the beginning. He's got to learn how to don the leathers, ride the motorcycle, do all the other cool stuff, and she actually sings about requirements in a guy in a song called Cool Rider, which for me is probably the highlight of the movie, and the rest of it's pretty downhill. There are only two or three original people from Grease, the original film, in Grease 2. That being Coach Calhoun, the headmistress, who her name escapes me, but I'll put it up for you in a second, and one of the original, Anne Blanche, her assistant, and one of the original pink ladies from the first film, Frenchie, Donna Cohen. They're the only pretty much originals from the first and the second. Other than that, we've got an entirely new cast. So that's the front cover, and we'll have a look at the back, and then of course talk some more about the original great movie, talk about the songs and how good it is, and then we'll get on to the second one. And believe me, we will get on to the second one. We've got a bit of a rant coming for that. Both films are rated PG because there is mild language and some mild sex references, given the story of Grease and all the characters and stuff. That's no surprise really. So children under 12, probably they'll enjoy it, but you might want to watch it with their mums and dads just in case. Should play on the safe side. As far as special features go, look at the top of the case there, and we'll see that the only special features are included for the first film, because let's be honest, that's the special film and that's what we've got the set for. The only special features that we've got is an interview with the cast and crew, which is obviously pretty good to have, and you've got the original theatrical trailer. Excuse the camera panning out slightly. You've got the original theatrical trailer. Now on the second movie, there's no special features at all. Why do I hear you cry? Well, A, because it's not a very special film, and B, because after they made it, they probably realised how bad it was, and they couldn't be bothered to add anything. So that is why we go back to the original point of, if you have an option between getting Grease as a single release or getting this box set with both films together, I would go for the single option, and that's whether you're going on Blu-ray or DVD. I would always try and go for Blu-ray if you can, because 9 times out of 10, of course, you always get more features, you always get more information, and you always get more value for your money. So just turn the box around there. Right, we'll have a quick look inside the discs, and then we'll have a bit of a chat about my memories about Grease, why it's a particularly special film, and after that we'll introduce you to my brand new star rating system that we're going to have for movies in particular. I might sometimes use it on comedy and dramas and general TV releases, but I think generally we'll stick to movie releases. We've got a star rating system that I want to introduce you to, and then also as I say, we'll go through the memories of why it's special, and we'll do the star ratings, we'll do the summing up, and then I will update you on the rest of the weekend, what we've got coming up, and all good stuff like that. So next thing I'm going to do is we're going to open this bad boy up, have a look at the discs inside. Okay, so the disc of the original and greatest, shot obviously of John Travolta and Olivia when they're in the fairground, just before they do You're the One That I Want. Classic shot, classic song, one of the best scenes. Not to say that, of course, they save the best scene till last, because so many classic moments we're going to talk through in a minute. But they've obviously chosen that picture for that disc. Very good choice. It's nice to actually have different pictures on multiple disc releases instead of the same design. Okay, that's disc 1. Hopping over to the other side, disc 2. Fairly nice cover, but even there, Michelle's kind of got a look on her face going, yeah, am I really making this movie? I know it's my first, I know I'm going to make a lot better films in the long term, but yeah, you know, we've all got to start somewhere. And there's Max looking equally flawed. So that's the discs. Well, my first memory of Grease was actually at college. Ironically, it's set in a high school, obviously, but my first memory was through college, and one of my, my girlfriend at the time, I was going to say, one of my girlfriends, damn it, Frank, you're thinking how many girlfriends you had? Not that many. So the girlfriend I was with at the time, she was such a Grease nerd that we practically watched the movie every single night on VHS, night in, night out, regardless of whether it was election night or not. And it got to the point where, yes, the VHS tape got worn out, and I'm not very well surprised that it got worn out, the amount of uses it got. I mean, it got to the point where I'm nowhere will I, guys. I was literally, can we go out? Can we do something else? Can we watch something else? No, we watched Grease. So, needless to say, that relationship didn't go on too much further. So, after all that time of watching it, and that went on for a good few months, needless to say, I put film to bed for a while, whether it was on VHS or not. And I even avoided TV repeats, to be fair. And it is one of those stock movies that the TV companies do like to trundle out when they've got a holiday schedule, and also because it's so popular as a musical anyway. Favourite moments and favourite songs? Well, it's a bunch of songs, right from You're the One That I Want, Hopelessly Devoted to You, Sandy when Danny is stuck, literally stranded at the drive-in. There's just so many cool moments. Frenchie being ridiculed with "Look at Me, I'm Sandra Dean." No, it's actually Olivia's character. Scratch that. It's Olivia's character that was being ridiculed by that song. But there's so many good songs. So many good scenes as well. When they do the cheerleading on the football game, that's a fun moment. When you've got the rival gangs, all the testosterone flying and challenging each other to race at Thunder Road for the pink slips. Awesome. When they're doing at their cars and they're in the garage doing Grease Lightning, just moment after moment of pure brilliance. No wonder it's one of our favourite musicals. No wonder that they've issued sing-along versions at the cinema and that there's new theatre versions over the last few years and everything. Fantastic film. I said when we got to the second film that I had a bit of a rant coming, and you may hear me say this down the line in quite a few reviews, and we may all sometimes think this. When it comes to sequels, they can sometimes be cash cows and done for that reason and no other. But some franchise really work with sequels. You've only got to look at things like Harry Potter, you've only got to look at the Batman franchises, things of that nature. But Grease, really, it was such a masterpiece on its own. It really didn't need it. Obviously, they weren't featuring the original cast. There was no need to, their story had been told. So, it begs the question, other than money, why on earth would you do it? What really was the point? I mean, to be fair, yeah, you'd probably watch it once out of curiosity, just to see if it really is that bad. And yeah, it is. So, on that basis, with the new star rating, I'm going to give Grease the all-time classic that it is, and it is definitely still the word. I'm going to give it a definite 5 out of 5. If you haven't seen it, you've obviously been living under a rock. It's one of those movies that you need to see in your lifetime, copious times. As for Grease 2, you may want to watch it just to see how appalling it truly is, and realise how lucky Michelle Pfeiffer was to go on to have such a much better career afterwards. With films like The Fabulous Baker Boys and all the crime movies she was in, and even Batman Returns as the wonderful Catwoman. I loved her version of Catwoman, has to be said. And we will actually down the line be reviewing that movie as part of those original 90s Batman movies. We've got a box set down the line to review, so we will be coming to that at a later date. So yeah, if you want to watch Grease 2, fine. Pause this away a bit of time. Certainly will not impress to the extent the second one does. And after that, you'll probably use it as a coaster, and on that basis, we're going to have to give it 1 star. Yeah. So that's basically the scale. 5 from superb, 1 to don't bother, and in between, varying scales of okay to good to reasonable, but we'll use those as and when we feel the need. Okay, as to the weekend, we're going to be doing the Heidi High box set that we've teased a few times, and then I've also got to look at the votes that you've been putting in for the children's DVDs, and depending on how that's gone, I may have a few votes to pick from, and then we'll go with which one's the popular choice, or we'll just literally go and I'll say, right, we'll do that one first, whichever. But we've got quite a few of those coming up. I've also had an offer of another possible children's DVD to review, so I won't say what that is just yet. We'll keep that under wraps. And in the meantime, guys, I will see you back here on Sunday for more goodness. Take care of yourselves. Sorry this was later. You might even not see this till Friday. It was supposed to be 8 o'clock on Thursday, but better it gets to you late than never. Take care, guys, and we'll speak to you soon.